Survivors of infidelity, what's the best revenge story you know? Okay, so I'm a loud talker. I know I am, and I work on controlling the volume of my voice when I'm speaking to anyone, but it's difficult sometimes because I don't realize how loud my voice is. Anyway, before my divorce, my ex constantly pointed that out to me when we were together. She would say, "I'm right in front of you. Why are you yelling? What's wrong with you? You're just an idiot who talks too loud," stuff like that. She would do it to me every time, all the time, no matter where we were or who we were with. I think she enjoyed embarrassing me. Anyway, fast forward 18 years, she cheated on me and we divorced. She denied it at first, but when she couldn't anymore, she finally admitted it. She listed all the things that she hated about me and made it a point to tell me what they were. Wouldn't you know that my loud voice was at the top of the list? She couldn't stand it anymore, and her exact words were, "The sound of your voice makes me sick to my stomach." Okay, fair enough. I told her that in order not to make her sick, I won't speak to her ever again. Which I'm proud to say those were the last words she ever heard from me. That was 13 years ago. Recently, one of my kids, who lives with me now, by the way, told me he didn't like visiting with his mother anymore. I asked him why, and he said she's always shouting. I asked if she was mad at him or his brother maybe, and he said no. I asked if she's arguing with her husband. Yes, she married the guy. He said no. Why all the shouting, then I asked. He told me that the husband is going deaf and can't hear her, so she has to shout at him all the time so he can hear her. Now, if that ain't karma revenge, I don't know what is. My ex cheated on me with 5 different women at the same time. We'd been together 7 years, so we tried to try and work it out since we'd finally be at the same school. Him finishing undergrad and me grad, but we are both the same age. Long story short, he made my life hell. Still cheating, but being possessive and manipulative, even when I wanted to leave, which made it very hard to write a thesis. In my last year, he really cranked it up, making me late for meetings, locking me out of my appointment, and even went so far as to show up to my place at random hours having climbed up my balcony. He really lost it, and became jealous when I started job interviewing by calling to tell me my dog was dead while at a huge interview. Needless to say, all of this kept him so busy his schoolwork tanked, and when graduation day came, I had a job, and his GPA was 1.8 and dropped out. I finally had the job and means to leave him, and he hated it and realized he couldn't control me anymore. That was 10 months ago, and I've had 2 promotions, and he's gained 50 LB and struggling at his data entry job. I read a story on here a few years ago about a man who found out his wife of 20 years was having an affair after she became pregnant by her affair partner. She wanted to divorce as quickly as possible so that she could marry her AP. To move the process along, the wife agreed to let her husband have everything in the divorce. She had been a stay-at-home wife, but her AP was a doctor and made a great income. The AP was also married and also offered his wife just about everything for a quick divorce. The wife and her AP figured they could make it back quickly on his salary as a doctor. The week after the divorce was finalized, the ex-wife married her AP and left on her honeymoon. While still vacationing, the new husband died in a freak car accident. The ex-wife suddenly found herself 6 months pregnant, with absolutely no marketable skills or job history, and absolutely nothing in assets. The jilted husband said he felt bad for his ex-wife that things didn't work out how she planned, but felt no reason to renegotiate the divorce settlement with her. It wasn't intentional revenge, but it was the best story of affair karma I have ever read. I really didn't need to carry out the revenge myself. Karma did that for me. My ex left me for a cokehead. Within 2 years, she lost her job, racked up more than $5,000 in credit card debt, slipped back into her ecstasy addiction, and got dumped by her boyfriend when he caught her fucking his roommate. The best part of the whole thing was she was forced to move back into her parents' house, a place she left when she moved in with me originally. She was from a small, rural town and only dated me as a way to leave it all. Knowing that she had to return to a town she hated was pretty comforting and gave me a strong feeling of closure. When I found my ex-wife out, I read some posts on Reddit that she made with her Reddit account, which were detailed descriptions of what happened when she was having sex with AP. Oh, it hurt, that's for sure. My heart started beating so fast that I thought I was going to have a panic attack. The first thing I did was announce it on Facebook for all of our friends and family to see. I shared her posts. Then I emailed her family in Brazil and told them about it and said it was nice knowing them. She owns a cleaning business, so after that, I left reviews online for her business, sharing what she had done. After that, I called her and told her to leave and never come back. She was with AP when I called her. She came home only to get her laptop, the one that she left unlocked so I could find her Reddit usernames. When she got home, she tried to explain, but I didn't let her get a single word in edgewise. I just kept screaming, "Get the fuck out of my life and don't come back!" The next part, I'm ashamed of. I went around the house smashing all of her things that I could have gotten in trouble for, but I was filled with anguish and rage. I've never been a violent person, nor have I ever raised my voice to her until that day, not in 14 years. Well, I turned the house upside down and found $3,000 in cash that she had been hiding. I kept that. When she came back with a friend to get her stuff was scattered everywhere. The only kind thing I did was only take half of our joint savings account money out before I called her. None of this made me feel good. The whole situation was absolutely terrible. And 9 months later, I'm still recovering. I really thought about revenge on the AP. I still think about it from time to time. It seems crazy that they can walk away with no consequences knowing they are having sex with a married woman with kids. I made my ex tell his GF about what happened. The GF is apparently used to this behavior from him and puts up with it. My ex paid dearly for what happened, lost me, and now only sees kids half the time. Around the time of D-Day, I got an inheritance which would have been half hers in my eyes if we remained married. Kind of doubt he was worth the approximately $50K per bang it cost her, since she said he wasn't particularly good in the sack anyway. Never underestimate the selfishness and stupidity of a cheater. My friend's mom, well, call her G, caught her husband cheating back in the day. He went on a business trip, but actually went on a beach trip with the woman he was having an affair with. G had suspicions, but ended up confirming it because, on the way back from the grocery store, she decided to drive by the suspected woman's house and ended up finding her husband's car in the driveway. It was the middle of summer, so he has left his windows slightly cracked for whatever reason. So she starts keying, kicking, hitting his car like anyone might do, but then impulsively decides to take the steak she had just bought, unwrap it, and shove it through the window, then topped it off by pouring a Coke into the car as well. So, in the middle of summer, for an entire week, a hunk of meat and soda was just spoiling in the driver's seat. I can't imagine what it smelled like. Must have been a nice thing to come home to after a relaxing vacation. Thanks for joining us today on this emotional journey of betrayal, redemption, and sweet revenge. Hearing these stories has been both eye-opening and inspiring. If you found these stories captivating, or if you have your own experiences, please drop a comment below. Your experiences can offer hope and support to others who are going through similar situations. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and found it relatable. And if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you never miss out on the amazing stories we have on this channel. Thank you for watching.